Growing up, I went to church with family members. That was just something that we did. I didn't really pay a lot of attention. It was a social setting for me. I hung out with friends at church. That was just something that I was supposed to do. 3 or 4 years ago, my sister and brother-in-law started attending Grace Fellowship and would ask me every single Sunday to come to church, but I always found some excuse. I was attending another church with friends and thought that that was good enough. And then in March of 2014, I faced a very pivotal circumstance in my life. It was a moment of complete change in a relationship that I had, very traumatic for me. All the plans that I had for my future completely went out the window. I really didn't know where I was going to go from there. And in that moment when I felt so alone, the only thing that I focused on was God. Never did I ever really realize that He was the only one there for me, but at that time, that's the only voice I heard. It's the only one that I listened to. And I knew that I needed to be planted in a church. So I started coming to Grace Fellowship with my sister and brother-in-law. And my sister served in guest services at the time. And I wasn't even really serving, but I would stand up front with her and greet people. And I loved talking to people. And so that's where I kind of put myself. I officially started serving in guest services, and then I got planted in a life group, and that's kind of where everything changed. I realized the saying, life is better connected, how true that is, and I found myself kind of in that circle, my tribe that carried me through so many different moments in the next few years after that circumstance that I was in. They helped me through the highs and the lows and have even seen me through my most recent relationship and now this engagement and now to my wedding in March of next year. And I can just really say that Grace Fellowship has helped me to grow in my relationship with God, whether it be just through the friendships that I've made here or through the messages that I've heard from Pastor BJ and Pastor Rocky, where every week it seems like they're talking right to me. And I've really learned from them how to apply that to my life. Beforehand, I never asked questions in church. I just thought that that was something that I was supposed to know. But now I've started asking questions and going to classes and really learning how to apply those messages to my life. And that has helped me grow so much. So if I had never planted myself in Grace Fellowship in the different groups, if I'd never started coming here every Sunday, never taken it seriously, there's no telling where I would be. I would be lost. I wasn't living the way that I should have been. I knew what God wanted me to do, but I wasn't listening. I thought that maybe praying every once in a while was enough. I thought me doing good deeds was enough. I didn't understand that it is a relationship with God, that it's about talking to Him daily, about listening to what He wants you to do and actually doing it. That was something that I learned at Grace Fellowship through the groups, through the friendships, through the sermons that I've heard. If I hadn't have ever started coming to Grace Fellowship, I never would have had that growth. I never would have had a solid foundation of Christ in my life, and that's a scary thing to think about.